So I've been noticing there's been this weird kind of mentality going around lately that, for lack of better terms, basically states that uh, content equals endorsement. Now, what this means, and you're gonna have to follow along with me here for a second because it's kind of weird. Let's say you're an actor, and I'm going to Godwin myself here, so I already got you covered for that. You play Hitler in a movie. Now, for having played Hitler, you now endorse him, and you endorse what he did. Why? Because you played him, you portrayed him, you acted him, a film featured him, etc., etc. I'll give you a second to fully absorb that. Kind of stupid, isn't it? Most rational people would think that's completely insane. A person who is performing an acting role, a voice role, making a game, etc., that is not their own opinions. They are just creating stuff. Well, there seems to be a rather startlingly growing group that feels, no, that is not the case. If you portray it, you endorse it. If you partake in it, you endorse it. If you give us the option to do it, you endorse it. By the by, that Hitler thing, I have actually seen people say that. So it's not like I'm using extreme strawmen that don't exist. I have actually seen people say things like that. One that I've seen more and more recently is if a video game allows you to do it, that means the video game creator endorses the action itself. Let's take Grand Theft Auto 5 for... No. Actually, better yet, because Grand Theft Auto 5 is used to hell and a half. Let's use Hitman as an example. In the Hitman game, there is one particular level that has become rather infamous. It's this one level where you are in a strip club. You probably know where I'm going with this. And you're trying to kill a crime boss or something who is there. There is you can actually go through the back way where the dressing room or undressing room, I'm not sure what it's called specifically, that the strippers are at, and you can go in and kill them. Well, pretty much every rational human being sees that as, I just lost points for doing this. That's the game's way of telling me, no, bad, don't. But there are people that actually believe that because the game lets you do it, the game is basically telling you to do it, and the game developers themselves endorse and support the killing of strippers. Once again, I'll let that sink in. How do you do that? How do you come up with that kind of rationale? That does not fit in with any reality I've ever seen. To take this to the extreme, which seems to be going this way at this rate, because a history book mentions slavery, the history book company is racist. Because a documentary features genocide, that means they supported the genocide. Taken to these extremes, And again, these are extremes that I haven't seen yet. Yet. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. What's worse is I have actually seen members of the media, be it gaming or mainstream, say these things. That for some weird reason, a game giving you an option, or this being written in a book, in a fictional book, or things of that nature, or a person doing a voice acting role, means that act, or whoever they voiced, or whatever it was, that they're endorsed, that they're approved of by the creators or the actors or whatever. How? It seems to me that the people who think this, they themselves live in this really weird mentality that they can't separate fiction from reality. And because they can't separate it, they assume no one else can. So crazy people are telling sane people that they're bad because the crazy people are crazy. It really is insane. I'm going to link down to a it's actually a Kotaku in Action Reddit thread that has some videos by a group of voice actors that were doing a panel / script reading thing, and in that the person who created that thread also mentions that they spoke with one of the voice actresses who has been told that she voiced a bad person in some fictitious work, ergo she endorsed that bad person's beliefs or whatever they were. It's absolutely insane. It's worth looking at just to get an idea of how crazy this is, and this is something that apparently is sticking. You wouldn't think it, but I've seen it growing over the months, and it's just gotten insane. Anyway, this is just something that I've seen lately that's kind of gone nuts, and I hope goes away, because this is not a healthy mentality by any stretch of the imagination at all. The Math Machine, talking about crazies again, because apparently that's all I do. Peace out.